It's time for Missouri Valley Conference basketball as MC22 is here at the Knapp Center in Des Moines to bring you this matchup in the Valley as Northern Iowa takes on the Drake Bulldogs. Hi, get him a win with Paul Doerrfeld. This is BJ Shaban, and here we go, Paul, down the stretch in the Missouri Valley Conference. And you know what? This is a battle to be in the top.
Well, this is going to be a huge game today. This is going to be one of those games that you want to be here in the stadium, but if not, luckily you're watching on TV. Two great teams and battling both of them just behind Indiana State.
Well, as we take a look at Northern Iowa, this is a team that is red hot. Winners of 5 straight, 9 out of their last 10, but they're going to be without one of their star playmakers today, and Bowen Bourne, he's out with an illness.
Well, that's huge, especially for the hometown fans here in Norwalk, Iowa that came here to see Bowen Bourne. Tough break for Northern Iowa, but I would not make this an easy game for the Drake Bulldogs. There's plenty of firepower with the Northern Iowa Panthers.
Well, as we take a look at the Panthers, that guy that could be counted on today is Nate Heisey.
Nate Heisey is a guy averaging 13 points in the conference, but averaging 18 in his last 4 games. He's going to be called on, and we can tell in warm-up he's ready to go and called upon it, and he's going to need help out of his teammates also.
For the Drake Bulldogs, they are a team that is smarting after an 83-80 loss in overtime the other night to Missouri State. And when you think about Drake, they can really score it. And for the Bulldogs, I'm sure they want to turn this into a track meet today.
They want to make this a track meet going up and down as you get ready for Tucker DeVries. Every team is out to put the mark on Tucker and try and take Tucker DeVries out of the game. Last game against Missouri State, 18 in the first half, was quieted in the second half, didn't score. He's going to want to come back today with some big noise against the Panthers.
Expecting a near sellout crowd here at the Knapp Center. When we come back, it'll be time to take a look at the lineups, then the tip-off as you're watching Missouri Valley Conference basketball here on MC22. 26-18. Boy, Brody. Well, he's got his own fan club here, huh? Similar to the Swifties, I might say. Maybe not.
You gotta love that. It's always great when you have the college kids back at the stadium, back on campus, and Darnell Brody just going right into those guys right there with the layup.
And now with that bucket, has over 1,002 in his career. So he achieved a milestone by breaking that 1,000-point barrier. What a career.
And a great job out of Darnell Brody. Not really a focal point inside the offense as far as trying to feed. Now, that's been that way lately. In the last 10 games, they have tried to feed more post catches, get Darnell Brody going into the offense and feeding it. But, boy, he picks up a lot of it just on the offensive boards, getting himself to free throw line. He's really improved on his free throw line shooting. His percentage doesn't show it, but he's done a good job so far this year with it.
Titan Anderson with the ball. You see the field goal numbers. Northern Iowa has cooled off, but maybe they could heat up with Landon Wolf knocking down his second triple.
Well, a nice job, Titan Anderson. Just a good look diagonal. Finds it open. The double team came across, and Titan's able to see it. Good ball movement. Get Northern Iowa right back within 5 points. I got to believe Nate Heisey will be one of the two that is still keep trying to make things happen.
DeVries again.
Tucker DeVries is one of those. Missouri State the other night had 18 in the first half, none in the second half or the overtimes. But boy, when he gets hot and he gets going, he's going to look for it. It doesn't matter what position. If he gets in the post or on the perimeter, he's looking to take that shot.
Lead back to 8. 18 on the shot clock. Northern Iowa will still possess the ball.
So one of the things that you and I really wanted to try and do is make it uncomfortable for Tucker DeVries, but right there, coming off the screen, there's not much that you could do there.
Campbell's shot not there, and right. Rebound.
Boy, Campbell gets a good look at it. Gets a little shake, gets inside the free throw line. Good look to save, but the Bulldogs are allowing just one shot and done. Right now, Nate Heisey all over DeVries.
The lob for DeVries, and he'll be fouled, and will go to the line to shoot 2. That'll be the 7th team foul on Northern Iowa.
Well, Nate Heisey, we go to replay. Just one of the things that Nate Ferguson has done so well these days, of just with his pick and rolls of catching and either finishing with a slam dunk or finishing it, but right there gets fouled, not able to finish.
38-26, Northern Iowa with the lead on Drake as we're at intermission. Going back again here with Paul Doerrfeld. And Paul, that first half, what a finish for Northern Iowa.
Oh, you can never count out Northern Iowa, the way they play. Coming after, they get down 6 or 7 points in that first half and just battle back. Some great game plan inside the paint, taking away things, trying to double Tucker DeVries, even though Tucker DeVries has 19 at the half. Really played those last 10 minutes of taking the ball out of his hands. And we saw that right at the end of the half. Double team comes up top. Really, scouting report played perfectly. Got the steal, go down, get the hoop and harm, and now up 2 into the half.
We'll have to wait and see and get a report on Tucker DeVries if he's going to play in the second half or not. But as this stacks up, I mean, Drake's got some work to do whether they have Tucker or not.
Well, one of the things I really pointed at the Drake Bulldogs is Hatton Wright really trying to get into this offense and not being successful this first half. They're going to have to look for different opportunities, especially if Tucker DeVries does not come back. As you said, we don't have an idea yet what actually happened. Something to his shoulder it appeared to be, but we don't have any information yet really to play on. So again, coming into the second half, if he's not in there, then there's a whole nother level that the Bulldogs have to play with. But we've seen that Bone Born not with Northern Iowa Panthers, and a lot of pickup and slack. Northern Iowa getting the job done that first half.
Let's take a look at our first half highlights here as this thing early on, Trey Campbell got going.
Campbell gets the offense going, shoots the ball well from everywhere on the court. Again, gets a little mismatch. Darnell Brody able to take it to the rack too. Just getting things going into that offense, trying to find where the pickup is going to be. That 13, 14 points out of Bone Born that they're missing. Then Tucker DeVries for the Drake Bulldogs, who said 19 first half points. Able to get a lot of different looks coming off there. That time gets the hoop and the harm to the free throw line. Nice job, Nate Ferguson again, assists there. So again, a battle back and forth that we knew not much going to happen as far as a blowout here. This was going to be a battle all the way to the end, and we're seeing it right now at half.
Here's your first half statistics. You see the field goal numbers. Northern Iowa shooting right at 48%, Drake at 40%. And of course the free throws, each team doing really well at the line. Drake does own a 3-rebound advantage, and down that final minute of the first half, that's when Northern Iowa really got active on the glass. And you see the bench points. Ben Jacobson using a lot in rotation. They've got 16 bench points, and then the points in the paint. Northern Iowa has owned that surface, and each team has turned the ball over, which has turned into some opportunity for both.
Well, Northern Iowa, again, got down early, but were able to use the defense and get that transition going, able to get the buckets to go late. Just, again, a lot of different looks coming at Tucker DeVries. And hey, even though he found that 19, that last 10 minutes, the Bulldogs have started to get stagnant there and just not a lot of great looks. And you got to give that credit to the Northern Iowa Panthers.
Out on the floor for the Bulldogs, you've got Brody, Gibson, Enright, Overton, and DeVries. For Northern Iowa, Anderson, Heisey, Wolf, Campbell, and Hudson. That ball deflected up, going to be picked off by Overton.
Well, this is one of the places the Bulldogs have struggled late in games of running clock. Usually it's Tucker DeVries. They've changed up now. Connor Enright going to handle it from the road. They'll still go at about 10 seconds.
It's inside of 10 on the shot clock. Brody going to hand it off to Tucker. The three. Tucker time!
Boy, that's a tough one right there. Not much that Northern Iowa could have done. It forced a tough shot. Tucker DeVries came through, as you say, Tucker time right at the right moment.
24 points for DeVries.
Now the Panthers have to find some type of answer.
They're out of timeouts. Here's Campbell. Working it into the paint. Now Anderson, he'll fire. That's well short, and DeVries with the rebound. Drake has been averaging, in all 7 of their league wins, they've won by 11 or more points.
Well, in league games, they've averaged 81 to Northern Iowa's 71. And the Bulldogs have kept league teams 67 points a game, so they're right on cue today.
Enright's three, not there, and a foul going to be on Brody with 1 minute to play. Brody will pick up the foul, and Northern Iowa will come down to the other end to shoot free throws.
Well, that's the last thing that the Bulldogs want to see, is the clock stop and walking down to free throws.
Well, it was in doubt going into intermission, but Tucker time in full display today. 29 points for DeVries, along with 6 assists and 7 rebounds.
Just a great performance out of Tucker DeVries there, 19 in that first half, and really picked his moments in the second half. Team fed off him. A lot of big guys stepped up. Connor Enright, Nate Ferguson off the bench, but Tucker DeVries, again, 10 big points in that second half.
Well, the Drake Bulldogs are going to have to wait to find out if they're in a tie for first or into second. The game in Terre Haute going to overtime with Bradley and Indiana State. But what a win here for the Bulldogs.
This is a big win. When you saw the Bulldogs get down 10 points and you started seeing the offense kind of get stagnant, a lot of guys picked up. We saw big shots, 2 in a row out of Connor Enright. Again, then to build a bigger lead, a 10-point plus lead, and to finish it off today. This has been one of the weaknesses the Bulldogs have had, is finishing games out when it's close, and today we're able to seal the deal.